This is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Friday the 23rd of July. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, mixed start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 32,222 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 32,708. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high, 32,610. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 33,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 33,500 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 33,097. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 31,833 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should still well clear sub 31,000 levels. Second major support level at 31,347 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, but no signs of a bullish cross, so keep an eye on that through the morning. More significantly on the EMAs, the 50 has pulled further away from the 200 and the 100 after yesterday's bullish crosses, so that's suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 32,222 and break out from yesterday's high 32,610 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, the support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also a mixed start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2007 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2065. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high at 2046.74. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, should see Ethereum target 2150 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2105. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1967 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 1900 levels. Second major support level at 1909 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but again no signs of a bullish cross, so keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled further away from the 100 and the 200 after the bullish cross yesterday, and the 100 is also narrowing in on the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 2007 and move back through to 2050 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, the support levels will come into play. Across Ethereum against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move back through the pivot at 120 to bring the first major resistance level at 123 into play. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from yesterday's high that was at 122.10. So barring an extended rally on day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 125 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target resistance at 130 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 126. Failure to move back through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 117 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 110s. Second major support level at 113 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histogram at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's pullback. So you need to keep an eye out there for a further widening. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and has failed to narrow further on the 200. So you need to keep an eye on that through the morning after yesterday's bullish cross. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 120, just move back through the pivot and move through yesterday's high 122.10 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Then you're looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, mixed start to the day as well. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 5859 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 6104. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from yesterday's high that was at 6040. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.63 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 6274. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 5688 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.55s. Second major support level sits at 5443. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bearish histograms after yesterday's late bearish cross. So need to keep an eye on that through the morning. On the EMAs, that's a bullish signal, however, with the 50 pulling further away from the 100 and narrowing on the 200, suggesting some further upsides ahead. Look out for a bullish cross 50 through the 200 that would support another breakout. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 5859, move through yesterday's high 6040 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play.